We're going to look for a commonality between the formulas for the volume of a cylinder and a rectangular prism. In part A, what is the general formula for the volume of a rectangular prism? The volume was the width times the length times the height. There is also the other description, that the volume is the length times the height times the depth. In part B, what is the general formula for the volume of a cylinder? Well, the volume for a cylinder was pi r squared times the height. There is a commonality in all three of these formulas. They all begin with two values being multiplied. In the first volume formula for the rectangular prism, we first multiplied the length times the width, and then multiplied that by the height. So we essentially multiplied to find the area of the front surface, and then multiplied by how tall it was. In the other version, we simply renamed those variables, length and height, and multiplied by how deep it was. When we're finding the volume for a circular cylinder, we have pi r squared times h. Well, that pi r squared is a very similar thing. It is the area of one flat surface. In all three of these formulas, the calculation in the green box could be considered the base of the object, whether it's the front base like we have in a rectangular prism, or it's the base that we have in the top of a cylinder. In part C, how can we generalize both of these formulas? Or taking into account that there's two versions of that rectangular prism formula, how can we generalize all three of these? They can all be generalized by the fact that the volume for both of these shapes is the volume of a base area times its height. What differs in each of these formulas is how we calculate that base area. The base being a different shape will have a different initial calculation. Once you calculate the area for that base, you can then just simply multiply that value by the height. So the conceptual foundation for all of these formulas is the same. It's only that base area that changes the shape itself, and therefore changes the volume calculation.